Last Friday, a judge ruled the ban on school mask mandates here in Florida is unlawful. During the court battle, attorneys for the governor cited a CDC study published back in May.
Yeah, that analyzed 90,000 elementary students in Georgia. Some say that study shows there's no rationale to make kids wear masks in class. Josh Sidorowicz is here to verify.
University of Florida infectious disease specialist Dr. Iovine and Justin Lesler, a UNC epidemiologist, will help us verify. That study found cases of COVID in students were 21% lower in schools where masks were required, but ultimately concluded that result wasn't considered statistically significant.
You're right, it's not statistically significant, but the evidence is still that masking is having an effect.
Justin Lesler has led his own peer-reviewed study on masking students.
Statistical significance is not a measure of what the evidence is, it's a measure of how strong the evidence is. If it was the only thing we had in the entire world, maybe you could say, yeah, doesn't show masking works. But when we look at that full spectrum of evidence, it's pretty clear that masks have a benefit. The only question is how big that benefit is.
Now, Dr. Iovine points out the study did find a significant decrease in cases when staff were masked, which he says also goes to show the limitations of the study itself when it comes to how well the masks were enforced and whether or not they were actually worn correctly.
It's very unlikely that it's like masks only work when you're an adult. No. What the interpretation of this would be that there's something different in the mask wearing behavior of students compared to adults.
Plus, the study itself also says that findings in this report suggest universal and correct mask use is an important COVID-19 prevention strategy in schools as part of a multi-component approach. So we can verify here that while effects among students in the study might not have been considered statistically significant, to say the study concludes there is no rationale for masks is false.
If you see something you want Josh and our team to verify, you can always send us your questions on Facebook and Twitter or email us at turn to 10@10tampabay.com.